This morning we will talk about LUCERO bandogs. So the bandog, that's also known as the American Bandog Mastiff, was a dog they used for protection work, especially dealing with those with ill intent, but also controlling big animals, especially in the hunt of hogs, swine, so to say, so wild pigs and others. This type of dog is both athletic and very strong, so they have size and athletic ability. SWINFORDS revisited this team by breeding American Pit Bull Terrier back to English Mastiff and later Mastino Napolitano, because the English Mastiff was lacking the defensive properties that the Mastino Napolitano still had. Also, Joseph, or also known as Joe LUCERO, used this recipe predominantly. So this means on one side a fighting bred animal like an American Pit Bull Terrier, and on the other hand a Mastiff, in this case the Mastino Napolitano specifically. And this made a mix of an animal that was both athletic, capable, determined, like American Pit Bull Terriers are, but also had a lot of the mass, the guard instinct of the Mastino Napolitano, which is an Italian Mastiff that is still more character bred than the English Mastiff. That being said, also Mastino Napolitano has suffered tremendously in functionality and also character lately, but they have suffered less for functionality as a guarding breed as compared to the normal English Mastiff. Also, because the Mastino Napolitano often comes in a grayscale, a lot of these new Neo-Pits, as they are also named, from Neapolitan Mastiff, which is the same as the Mastino Napolitano, and Pits from Pit Bull. These dogs featured this very nice and trendy color, being grey in the beginning, and were just seen as beautiful animals as well. That being said, you should not breed for a color. Grey is also associated with delusions. So grey is a delusion of black, and it's associated with a higher degree of diseases as compared to many other colors, if not all. Of course, you could have merle or other colors that are normally not in these bandog programs. Some are because they use Harlequin Great Dane. Okay, so back to the LUCERO bandog. Joseph continued his breeding program for quite a while, and the good thing is he wasn't only looking for exterior, he wanted a functional dog. So he tested quite a lot of his dogs in his breeding program, resulting in good quality bandogs that are also now carried by other enthusiasts. For example, on-off kennels in Greece, but also the ANDANTE bandog program, which is better known to most. The funny thing is with on-off kennel, it also describes a lot of the character of a bandog. It can be on, and then it will be a formidable opponent for those with ill intent, but it could also be off and very relaxed with your family. And this is in contradiction with many protection breeds who are a lot more intense all the time, and also could be troublesome for your family. So Malinois or Dutch Shepherd are also known to be very sharp even around family members, whereas these bandogs normally are not. Another thing is, which is different between a standard protection breed, because the Mastiff part is already quite laid back, but especially the Bull Terrier part is not an excessive barker. So what it means is that you have a dog that is quite silent and will not bark that much. It's more the prevention of crime. It's not so much part of the barking, but more of the intimidation kind, because this dog looks very ripped, is very strong, and very often, especially if you get it from a good breeding program, will also go that the distance if needed. And if that is known, it looks like a very big, more lippy pit bull terrier, or an American Staffordshire Terrier, so more show version, because they are more massive than your average American Pit Bull Terrier of performance lines. And also it does have an intimidating bark, but they are not excessive barkers. It could be a bad thing if you want a dog to bark at everything so that you know that there are visitors or something else. But it could also be a good thing, because if you have a dog that cries wolf all the time, very often, people forget this, you will pay less attention. Whereas if a normally silent dog does bark, you will be prompted to check it out. So then it could be more beneficial than a dog that is barking all the time, because you will know that if it barks, there's a high chance of something being amiss. The LUCERO BANDOG program is, in my opinion, one of the better ones. At a similar time frame, there was an even better BANDOG program started by Chimera Kennels at the time, and this is now known as the American Sentinel K9. It also started with English Mastiff. It never switched to Mastino Napolitano, to my knowledge, but they used English Mastiff, but they went they evolved over time to more and more American Pit Bull Terrier blood, which can now be up to 75% of the breeding, sometimes even higher. But they use very big American Pit Bull Terrier strains and also individuals, and they breed in massive blood now and then. But what they do very good is they test formidably and consistently. This is a kennel initiated by the Robinson family, but is now carried out in a much broader sense in the United States of America, and therefore they can select very good candidates. Another thing is what they bring compared to, for example, the LUCERO BANDOG, which is just a version of SWINFORDS BANDOG in my opinion, is they bring less size but more adaptability, more functionality. As a result, they test very hard and good. And this could be a candidate also to look into. And most of the dogs are either light colored or even more brindle. It is also more healthy at start.